What's up, everyone? This is All Destroyer 229, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 4. Last time, we learned quite a lot about Teddy. Not only has he come back to us, but we did learn that he was originally just a shadow. A shadow who awakened to human emotions. Of course, even though that is what his past was, he's still Teddy. And thankfully, he's rejoined us. We've also managed to track down Adachi. We found him within the TV world, and we've cornered him in there. Now it's just a matter of apprehending him. But we don't have that much time. According to Adachi, before the end of the year, Inaba will be completely engulfed in the fog, and everyone will turn into a shadow. In this episode, we're gonna head back to our room. There really isn't too much for us to do this evening. But we have to get ready. We need to be prepared to take on Adachi. So we're gonna go ahead and get a good night's sleep. Oh boy, gossip. Ah, jeez. Oh, whatever. It's lunchtime. Which, wait. Oh, that's right! You know, with everything that's going on, I completely forgot about exams. I was about to go, wait a minute, there shouldn't be the revolving door. Well, let's go see how we did. Should be good. Hell yeah! Alright, useless social link points. Oh well, whatever. We aced the exam, that's all that matters. And now it's after school. So what exactly are we going to be doing? Can we, or I should say more specifically, are we going to go and confront Adachi? There was some redundancy in there, but at any rate, are we going to take on Adachi today? No. We aren't going to go taking on Adachi today. Why? Well, because we still have a few other odds and ends that we need to finish up. Will we do it by the end of the episode? Probably. It shouldn't really... Oh my. Yikes, that reminds me of apathy syndrome. Anyway, there's still plenty of things that we need to do, and actually, the fog is getting a lot thicker here. Yikes. Wait, what the heck? Oh. You know, I couldn't tell what that was. But no, he just has his back facing towards us. And yeah, we already bought the soda. Man, it has been a while since I last played. So, what exactly are we going to be doing today? Well, there isn't really anything for us to do. I don't think that we have anything that we... Yeah, there's nothing for us to sell, so there's not any reason to head on over to Daidara's. There are still some books to finish, and I would like to do that. I'm just trying to think of what all we could potentially show off that we haven't already. There is one thing that I could show off. We've seen this before, but oh my. You have problems. Yikes. This is getting worse and worse. Anyway, we've seen this around for quite some time now, but we actually haven't really done anything with it. And that's a little kitty cat right here. No, it's a little adorable kitty cat. There's a cat. Will you pet it? So, what exactly does spending time with the cat actually accomplish? Because we've never actually spent time with it. We've looked at it, and we had to do it for the one fox quest. But what happens if you spend time with the cat? Meow, 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 meow. You get a lot of expression points for doing this. Ooh, I didn't know about that. Apparently you can also get random points of understanding. You learn new things every time you play. But as the game says, it does take up time. So the biggest reason why we didn't do it before, social links. Oh well, whatever. It's just another one of those random activities that you can go and do. Now, we still have a book to read, so we're going to try to finish off this book. I think this is actually our last book. The final lesson. That sounds pretty final to me. So let's go ahead and glance through it. Aww. Alright, well we still have some more pages to read, so we're gonna have to spend another night reading.
Hey.
Oh, hey Yukiko. We have to win this battle. We'll make him pay for everything that he's done. I'll be counting on you. Well, time ticks ever onward, and we still have lectures to get through. There, what? Which of the following has the largest population on Earth? Oh, that one's easy. Insects. I mean, that's weird to think about. But hey, we get some more useless knowledge, so yay! Alright, and now it's after school. I'm gonna check on the first floor real quick, just to see if there's anything in my shoe locker. Simply because once we finish an exam, or at least get the test results, nope, nothing inside. Well, probably find one eventually. As for what we're going to be doing today, I'm actually not sure if there's anything to do today. I mean, we've done pretty much everything that we can do. I feel like I've shown off all of the optional activities. So, I wanna say that we're done with everything? Question mark? I'm gonna test something real quick. Nah, we can't use that. So yeah, anything that specifically has to be rain activities, we can't really do. Because I'm pretty sure the same thing with Aya's. Yeah, Aya's steak bowl. So, yeah, there's not really much of anything else that we particularly can do. I mean, yeah, I just don't think there's anything left. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I feel like we've shown off everything that we potentially can. So does that mean we're gonna go find Adachi? No. I would like to finish off the books before doing that, and that should be tonight. Well, considering that there's nothing for us to do— why did I go back to school? Why did I choose not to leave school? What is wrong with me? Thought for sure I hit Dojima Residence. Since there's not really anything for us to do, we're just gonna head back home, I guess. I mean, is there anything else that's around here? Doesn't look like it. Alright then. If there's really nothing for us to do, then just return home then. And that basically does spend a day. I feel like I saw like an examine thing, but oh, hello. What is this? big bro is the best in his class. He's a genius. Oh, Nanako. Congratulations. I want to honor you for what you've done. Oh. I miss Nanako. So yes, we've now gotten another accessory, even though Nanako is still in the hospital. So what is this? The Partial Award. Restores 1 HP when HP reaches 0. So it does basically act as a survival accessory. Not exactly the most helpful accessory. I know that those can be helpful in a pinch, but honestly, I much prefer just having something that's good for multiple occasions. Not something that would be, like, in case of an emergency or anything like that. Alright, well, let's go ahead and finish off this book then. This should be the last time we need to read. So let's read the final lesson quickly. And with that, we finish the final lesson. And the entire Timid Teacher series. And for finishing reading all of the books. Not only getting, because you have to have gotten every single book in the game as well. But if you get all the books and you read all the books, you get the Reader King. So yeah, just another little thing I wanted to show off. We'll see what that does after school, though. And more gossip. Oh my gosh. It's December. It's that time of year where everyone gets sick. Oh, come on! Which goes important to running. That would be the big toe. does seem weird to think that, like, a pinky toe would just degenerate. So what, we'd have 5 fingers and 4 toes in the distant future? That's weird. But at any rate, more useless knowledge. Alright, well, I think now we've delayed things long enough. But not before we check out the new accessory that we got. So, the Reader King increases magic by 10. Honestly, something I am very much a fan of. Forget what the chakra ring actually does right away. Where is it? Wait, I just saw it. Where'd it go? There it is. Halves SP. Oh, no. Halves SP cost is definitely a better option for me. But I mean, if you didn't get that, then, and you are kind of like me and love to use magic a lot, this is actually pretty good. I don't think it would be better than, like, an Inferno or a Gale Vow, though. And Kanji doesn't really use magic much anyway. I mean, he has the capability of using that, but he's definitely more of a physical user, plus buffing up all of our attacks. So at any rate, let's go ahead and check our shoe locker again, just to see if there's anything in here. Ah, there is. I made this in my chemistry class. Okay. A muscle drink. Okay, nothing really too great. Darn it, I clicked X again. So, now that we're done stalling for time, and now we're about over halfway through the episode, I think, I say it's about time that we enter the TV world. Oh my, there's people even like this in Juness. Gosh, this is like apathy syndrome all over again. Darito! It's a subliminal message! Anyway, let's get everyone to Juness. First things first, let's confirm the situation. Oh, there's actually quite a bit. There's 2 different topics. Why don't we go ahead and talk about, you know, let's start with Teddy in the Shadows, since that's just more context situation as opposed to what we're actively doing. Alright, now that we've talked about Teddy, let's go ahead and ask about Adachi and Namatame. Well, there's a time for preparation and a time for action. And I'd say that now is about the time for action. Let's go.
Let's go, Senpai.
Alright then, so our goal for the TV exploration for today is, of course, to simply reach the end of the dungeon. We don't need to head back to heaven, since we already did the optional stuff there. But we actually aren't going to be finishing everything in this exploration trip. Why? Well, when the characters basically say, let's make sure we're prepared and go through all that, part of that is equipment. And of course, new dungeon means new shadows, which means new materials, which means new armor and weapons. So, we are primarily going to be just reaching the end of the area, and then spending another day trying to get some more, well, armor and equipment, and also personas, since that would also mean, well, more money and higher levels for added personas. So that is primarily what we're gonna do. We're not going to be finishing everything off today, but we will get pretty damn close. So of course, we'll bring along the main party. Yukiko, Yosuke, and Ganji. Now, we're actually pretty far into the episode, so I'm not sure exactly how far we're gonna be able to go. But at the very least, we can look into the dungeon, at least for a little bit. Doesn't matter what happens to our future if we don't live to see it. If the fog engulfs Inaba, we won't have a future. So yeah. All that stuff, well, at least in terms of like studying and making sure our futures are bright, that is all important. But we have to make sure that we secure that future. And also, we're not gonna turn a blind eye to the crimes of someone else when we are the only ones who can do anything about it. So bring it, Adachi. We started this a long time ago in order to find you. We came to stop you. And now, it's time to shut up and face us. Of course, we do have some things to worry about before we reach Adachi. The Jupiter Eagles and the Infinite Sands.
It's a no-brainer. I'm sure you'll win.
Okay, Rise said that at least one of them is immune to wind, although I don't know which one, so we'll find out. It's the Eagles.
It's not working.
Nice!
Okay, Senpai.
Uh-oh. Ah, crap. Okay. Well, that certainly works.
Defeated.
Okay. Well, physical attacks work pretty well. Let's see how well electricity does. Both weak to electricity.
Go Kanji.
Ow.
Don't get carried away.
Okay, so Kanji just headbutts us in order to wick us from status. We usually don't see that. Normally because we don't usually get hit with status ailments.
Ha! Serves him right.
Something rare that we have not really seen much
I
of.
got you a little stronger?
Alright, Yukiko. One more level and she gets Maragi Dine. That'll be nice. I think I've pretty much learned my lesson in terms of, well, trying to bring the alternate party members and showing off some of the different stuff. That is back the way we came. So I don't think I'm gonna try bringing along Naoto or Teddy. Also, since this is just the final dungeon, then we are going to, well, we're gonna need as much experience as we can get. So I'd rather not switch out my party. I would also try to go into a history lesson, but we don't really have that much time. So I'll try to get as far as I can, and we'll save the history lesson for next time. But what I can talk about is just what this dungeon represents in terms of the mind of, well, the person that is in here. In this case, Adachi. Before that, though, new enemies!
Be careful. There's an enemy immune to light.
Light immunity. Okay, so we have the Fickle Papillions and the Vehement
That
Idols.
was totally weak. Bet
Ice
not.
spells, electric spells. Light's not gonna be the best, but what about wind? Wind does. Oh, wind's good against the Papillions.
Amazing.
Nice.
Senpai?
Well, that worked out pretty nicely. Let's see, White Ride. Sure, why not? I have a free space. Ooh, Arcana chance. What do we get? The Empress. I don't need HP recovery. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I'm not 100% sure just what exactly, well, the representation is, but I also feel that it's also the most self-explanatory. What we have here is a distorted view of Inaba. One that is completely shrouded in shadows, which, in essence, is also sort of what Adachi's goal is, to engulf Inaba and the world itself in shadows. For Adachi, there was no real meaning to life. Oh jeez! We heard him say that all he really spent all his life doing was just studying, getting into a good profession, in his case, a detective. But all that did was just put him out in the middle of nowhere, just alone and by himself. He didn't really have anyone to really care about, to be honest. Oh hey!
Congratulations.
I leveled up!
Yes, I leveled up.
As did Rise. Ooh, she's getting pretty close to certain escape. So for Adachi, oh, I saw what that was and I don't like that one bit at all. So for Adachi, there wasn't really much meaning in his life. There wasn't really anything for him to live for. And then he got that power. The power to enter into the TV. And that's when everything changed. Another Amaterasu fob? Well, okay, we don't really need it. With that power, Adachi did find meaning. But unfortunately, that meaning was entirely self-centered. He only thought about his own sick, well, pleasure, for lack of a better word, to see a game of cat and mouse between someone with a messiah complex and someone, quite honestly, over-obsessed with the truth. Just looking at to see two people who thought that they were doing the right thing, who each had the greatest of intentions, in a cycle that, in his view, could never end. Oh geez, even more new enemies.
No, that's not good.
The agitating Hablaries. Alright, well, Wind will at least work on the Papillion, so we can go with that. Well, it worked.
Weakness, Yosuke-senpai.
Oh, this thing is still alive?
Enemy defeated.
It's not anymore.
Yosuke-senpai.
Okay, how about fire?
Hear me on the turret.
Fireworks!
Now, shall we move on?
Alright, I leveled up.
Alright, Yosuke. Almost at that Brave Blade.
Alright, powered up.
Also, Kanji leveled up. Good job, Kanji. So yeah, with Adachi, there really was no value for human life. He only cared about himself. And so he really doesn't care what happens to Inaba or the world, really. And thus we see his mind replicating that thought. A world shrouded by darkness. With the same red glow that we see at the beginning of any dungeon. Proof of the TV world. Proof of a world of shadows. That in essence is what Adachi is trying to create. He even said that the shadows don't attack him. Now granted, shadows generally don't attack someone who don't have a persona. So there is that, but we also know that shadows go berserk whenever the fog is in Inaba. And the fog is constantly in Inaba. So in essence, there may be some truth to what Adachi says regarding him and the shadow's goal. Wait, what? Do not patronize me. Adachi, like you are a well-respected member of society. Damn it. But unfortunately, what Rise says is right. In here, we have no exits. There's no way to really progress further. Also, notice where we are. The last area just said Magatsu Inaba, as does this. Not floor, not section, just Magatsu Inaba. Damn it.
That enemy's weak to fire. Keep it up. Oh, nice move, Yosuke-senpai.
No, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. But, I mean, technically we're not really trapped because, I mean, we can use go homes, but it also means that we can't really progress. But there's no real reason to continue searching onward. We'll just find dead ends. But there is a hole in the ground here at about the center of the area. Oh. Well, okay, I guess we do need to do some exploring, but that will be important later then. I forgot I actually do need to do a little bit of exploring and murdering Shadow's faces. Ooh! Okay. I think that's Suiki, Shikioji, and Belphegor. We have not had Belphegor before. We'll grab him. Yeah! Demon on a toilet. Okay, well, I really don't need White Rider, so we'll get rid of him. And I expected this. Daisojo leveled up. One more level and he gets Samsara. Alright, now I think where we need to go is, right here. We can see that there is actually a way to progress forward, with even a portal leading to another area. And Adachi is actually telling the truth. For being a scumbag, he is actually quite truthful. At least in this regard. Beyond there is Adachi. He is just literally beyond that set of police tape and through that portal. But it's not going to be that simple. After all, this is what would technically be the second floor of the dungeon. So we need to head back to the hole that I mentioned earlier. Progress onward, we need to jump on in. Welcome to the true dungeon, Magatsu Mandala. Now, there is actually a portal here, and I think this will actually take us back to the entrance. Like the actual entrance to the area. Where we can, change our party and whatnot. But I think we've been going on for long enough. So we're gonna go ahead and call it a day here. So, next time on Let's Play Persona 4. progress through Magatsu Mandala. We need to find a way to break that barrier in order to reach Adachi. And that involves heading through this area. Adachi may have complete control, but he's not in control of us. And the shadows are still, well, shadows. They may be aligned, but he doesn't have complete control over them. And if we can stop them, then there's nothing that can prevent us from reaching Adachi. But we have to have the strength to press ever onward. And so we shall. So until next time, everyone, take care.